Mike and Brandon, we're having some fun, judging these movies one by one. Comedy, drama, and even some horrors. Our opinions are better than yours.
Okay, everybody, welcome to another episode of Specrapular. We are a podcast that talks about movies and shit, mostly shit.
Do you think I'll ever... I can't hear myself at all.
I can hear you perfectly fine.
On my headphones or anything.
They're plugged in, stoop.
There it is.
There
Testing. There, okay.
Yeah, stupid.
Well, but you put it together. Don't blame me.
Yeah, don't blame me then. You're the dummy. You should test all your shit. We are a podcast that talks about movies and shit, mostly shit. I am one of your hosts, Brandon Aquino, but I'm joined by my best friend and confidant, Mike Vera. And
hey, everybody.
We are recording video again, as you can see, in video form. The reason, I don't know if you noticed in the bio, I write in video form as a reference to Simpsons. Because Milhouse says, it's Alf in POG form. So I do. It's a very, very deep cut that I don't think...
Is that some type of popular animated television show?
No, actually. It's very live action. And it's not very popular either. No. Hasn't been around since 1988.
Oh my God, are those all your notes?
Oh yeah, there's... I don't know if the camera can pick that up. Yeah, there's notes.
Okay.
Some of these are sentences though. Like, what's the deal
The
with...
cat went to the...
Well, the one that I saw first says, Gina is shady. Anyway.
Gina is shady.
Okay, Mike. What movie are we going to review?
Today, we are doing... This thing's like animating the whole time. You can see that going. It's pornography.
Yeah.
From 1986. Well, this is the third installment of the Specrapular
Spooktacular. Yes. Yeah, fuck you. And the helicopter goes overhead again. It's okay. Leave it in, bro.
I just want to hear you go, put the weapon down.
Yeah, you too.
Ma'am.
You too. You two in the house with the dicks to your mouth. The dildos to your mouth.
From 1986.
It's a great year.
Yes, the space shuttle crashed. Mm-hmm. Everyone was sad.
It was a very tragic
And
time.
some dumb fuck came along.
Yeah.
It made us all sadder.
Sadder and yet confused.
Yeah.
Very confused.
From 1986, a remake of the 1950-something classic. I didn't look that up either, but I just know it's from the 50s. The Fly. Directed by one David Cronenberg. Mm-hmm. Starring Jeff Goldblum as Seth Brundle. Gina Davis as Veronica. Is that her really? Quaife?
I don't know her last name.
Quaife.
Queef. It's Queef.
I mean, what is... I don't know, whatever. And John Getz as Stathis Borans.
Do me a favor. Pull that mic away just a little. Yeah, that's good. Because you're like talking like this.
Yeah, that's how I like.
when
It's Halloween, so that's how I want everyone to hear my voice.
Yeah, booming.
A little synopsis here.
Thanks.
A brilliant but eccentric scientist begins to transform into a giant man-fly hybrid after one of his experiments goes horribly wrong. I think technically it worked properly. It's just...
Yeah, he fucked up.
The fly was the horribly wrong part, but...
The Fly.
Otherwise, it was pretty successful.
I would agree. I think that it's a way that you could do gene splicing without, any of the muck. If you want a dog and a cat together, just put them in the tube, put them in the phone booth together, and then just and let them do. Anyway, this movie, Mike, I have never seen this movie.
Really?
I had known things about it.
Okay.
Of course, references, pop culture references, Simpsons references, and stuff like that. But never actually seen it. And
so you saw the Simpsons reference before the film?
Oh, for sure.
Nice.
For sure. And then later, as I got older, I found out more things about David Cronenberg, knowing like he likes the body fucking gore.
Body horror,
yeah. And even in Rick and Morty, they made there's a Cronenberg like universe. Everybody's all mushy and fucked up.
Gross.
Yeah. So I had an idea of his kind of style.
Oh, okay.
And So this is the
I
first.
thought you said I had an idea, like you're gonna lay out an idea of something gross, but okay, this is
No,
better.
I don't have many ideas, and most of them involve full frontal nudity.
Yeah.
and
That's what I
penetration.
meant by gross.
Okay, yeah. Because it's gonna be you naked, and so, but
No, you know what's the grossest shot? It's like the behind one where you see the dude's butthole the whole time. Like, I don't need to see that.
why are you looking at those ones?
Look, that's not important. The important part is
All you got to look up is the man POV. You don't have to look up like a fucking rodent's POV or the cat that sneaks in the room.
arches.
Yeah, that's the cat that's like, hey guys, what do you? Oh dear God, and it's just testicles and butthole.
Yeah.
So that's
Why are we doing this?
That's
What's
frightening. Yeah. Why do I sound nasally all of a sudden? I sound like I've been
it's going
sneezing, but that
around,
was
man.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. Anyway,
I was sick this week. Technically this week, right? Beginning of this week.
Yeah.
I didn't die. Nice try, everybody. But
We're trying. We're trying.
feeling better. That's
Good.
it.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm alive and I'm here.
Okay, good. Alive and thriving. So this movie, The Fly, Cronenberg, Jeff Goldblum. I mean, you said this a little bit ago when I got here that you think this movie is that besides this movie, and what was the other movie that you think Goldblum was like himself?
I think Jurassic Park.
Okay, and then I added Thor Ragnarok to that
Yes.
because like he could just hey, let's see your Goldblumisms and let's just
I don't know. That just seemed like way say over the top when we talk about Jeff Goldblum. That's kind of the point. But that seems like way even more character-y.
that's fair.
That's just me.
But he is
But like
he's
Jeff,
a character.
But like where Jurassic Park, especially like that first half,
Yeah.
it's more like his mannerisms, his little ticks, his little touching with all that sort of stuff. Where in the beginning of this, it's a lot of that as well.
Yeah.
Being eccentric and stuff like that. As opposed to Ragnarok, where he's like, "Ooh, I'm the leader of whatever this planet is, or whatever."
yeah, I was gonna say collector, but he
Still,
was still
Goldbloomy.
yeah.
You know, nice dusting of Goldblums on there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this one just most. I mean, like when you see him in interviews, like, oh, this is just him. It's fun, and he plays piano, so I'm like, okay, it's definitely him because he likes playing piano.
Yeah. How did you find that out?
You haven't seen
Never seen him play.
clips of him play?
Whenever I look up actors and things they do outside of it, it's just Sam Rockwell dancing. That's all I care about is Sam Rockwell dancing. How did this get completely tangled?
What
on my
is
foot?
happening here?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh,
This is-
Adidas. What? Okay. Anyway. Okay. So
No, like if he's in interviews, he always talks about playing piano, and he has his orchestra.
Really?
It has a person that leads the band, and he plays with them.
Brian Setzer.
Nope, that's not it.
Okay. He has an orchestra.
He does. It's a different one. But
Yeah. He's
So he does like
he's gonna zoot
He
suit his
plays
way
like
in
jazz music. Yeah.
Okay. Well, because Brian Setzer's what is that ska?
Oh my God, you're making me fucking look stupid.
Well, that's easy to do.
it's
But
not
okay, yeah. Let's see here. Did anyone ask him what he's working on? Because remember, this movie literally starts and he's like, "What am I working on?"
What am I working on?
And
She did.
I understand, but you don't even hear her ask that. So the beginning of this movie threw me off completely because there's literally you come in mid conversation, and you have to just assume she had asked that
You
question.
never seen a movie like that before?
No.
Okay.
What can you name a movie that you think of that has that?
The Founder.
I never saw it. Is that the one with the McDonald's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Did you know the first McDonald's is right here in Downey?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, that one's not. Well, in the movie, the one they're in San Bernardino.
Oh, I thought I thought I had read online that the one down in Downey was the first
It's
McDonald's.
a super old one.
It is.
We should have drove by it.
Let's see here. Yeah, the way this movie. I read the way this
I'm
movie
aware of
starts.
history. I don't want to like experience.
I don't want to be a part of it in any way, shape, or form. You know, I've never. You know how close the Grand Canyon is, and I've never been there.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's a literal, like, a natural wonder, right? And I'm like, I've seen a gorge. Like it's.
I'm good with awe. I've been awed enough.
Yeah, I've seen enough photos to know what Paul Bunyan can do when he's upset, when he's dragging his axe. He's like a true kaiju.
No, that's him
that
peeing,
motherfucker.
and he just eroded all the rock away.
Oh, okay,
That's how it
No,
happened.
that's his jism. So he's like a giant alien. Did I just call Paul Bunyan a kaiju? Okay, I think I did. So they are standing too close together. You know, that's one of my things. I hate when people are standing
In
too
movies?
close. Yeah. It's like they're conversing this close. Like, yeah, what do you want to do? Because like,
Well, it throws you off because the camera is singles on each of them,
And then it goes to the two.
goes to the two, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
all up in their business.
so she just met this guy who is a scientist and is driving him to some
He
abandoned building.
Digs up dinosaurs.
Yeah. I teleport from pod to pod. That's bad. But she literally, he's like, hey, I think you do want to hang out with me.
Well, his thing is like, oh, it's the most landmark discovery in the history of humankind.
Sure.
So he's like laying on pretty thick.
You know what?
You kind of expect him just to walk out with underwear that just says the most landmark discovery of human kind.
This cock.
Yeah.
And it's like it has its own little sleeve for the dick, so it just says it as it goes down. So let's just start about this before I really get into this movie and the things that I noticed.
Okay, can I start off?
Sure.
Before you start off.
Okay.
And we'll start each other off.
That's fine.
Did you like the movie?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, surprisingly, only because of Goldblum and Gina. Even though Gina,
Because you're not big on the grossness.
I'm okay. You know what? I was actually better with this movie than I was with watching The Exorcist for one fucking scene in The Exorcist.
Really?
Not the vomit, not the crucified fucking herself thing, or the crucifixion. The crucifix, the crucifix fucking herself.
The Spinal Tap or something?
Yeah, with the blood thing.
Yeah.
That fucked me up hard. Because is that a Spinal Tap? Is that what that was?
I think that's the one that they do in her back at the bottom.
I don't even remember them doing that one. Okay. But when they put the needle in her throat and the blood, I was like,
we'll talk about that. Yeah,
this sucks. Anyway, so
ew.
gross. Did you like this movie?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you love it?
It's. I think I mentioned it right at the end when we were watching it because I may or may not have watched
this
it late.
fucking idiot. Okay.
You know what?
So
I've been ill all week.
Yeah. Oh, you've been ill, all right? Like the Beastie Boys say.
Yeah.
And what did they say? Ill.
I've been ill communicating.
Yeah.
And I've been illmatic. So apparently you're supposed to do 2 episodes today, which I was not
just like
aware.
we did last time, right? Just like when we were shooting last time with Megan, that right before we started filming, Megan and I had watched both movies.
Lies.
And then Mike was like, "Wait, what?"
Blasphemies.
I'm like, Mike, you're supposed to watch both because we record both at the same time. Why are we gonna get together every single fucking week? And you're like, well, last time I saw Saw was in 2004, and I was like, okay, well,
If you noticed the last episode, I wasn't talking that much,
thankfully,
other than the beginning.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, why is this episode so much shittier than the rest? Because there was less me in it.
That's what they thought.
That's what the people thought.
You were in the whole thing.
You saw me.
Yeah, there's less.
Standing there going like this,
Yeah.
making faces. Yeah. It was not my proudest moment.
No.
In a life full of not so proud moments.
So the same thing happened this time. I get here and I'm like, hey, because he's typically when I get here, he's watching one of the movies that we're going to review. Like he's just kind of getting a refresher of it or something. And I look at the screen. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And he's like, you know what this is? I was like,
this fucking guy. This guy.
Yeah, it's a fucking movie.
Silly.
What is this? And you're like, you know what this is? I was like, Mike, on my life, I don't know. You're like, it's Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm like, why the fuck are you watching that?
On God.
You're on God. Bet. Fucking bet. So
we're so late.
you're like, it's Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm like, well, why the fuck are you watching this? Because it's the movie we're supposed to watch. I'm like, Mike, what? And he thought that I was like pulling his chain or stroking his dick or whatever. Because he got his phone to go back and look. And he's like, yeah, it's my bed. Because like I clearly had said The Fly and The Exorcist.
Well, one of the things I enjoy about you, and this is a legit compliment about you, and I think it's why I get so not.
Why you enjoy when I get.
No. When I get a little annoyed at Gina in the movie,
Okay.
I keep wanting to look at the TV.
That's fine.
Her lack of understanding of a lot of the things that are happening.
You're Gina Davis in this?
Gina Davis in this movie.
Yeah, you're Gina Davis in this situation.
Now, I'm not making a comparison. That's
Okay.
not the comparison I'm making right
Okay,
now. Can
okay.
you, if you could let me
sorry,
finish? It's her like. You need to like draw a picture for her. Every little thing needs like 3 explanations, but whatever. You have a good shorthand. Like you get like you're quick and you get it like right. Like I can even like little things when we would film some stuff. I would make like a little note. Okay, got it. Like you get it right away. I guess it just makes sense in your head real quick. So when it comes to like shorthand and stuff in text, you got it and I just missed it.
Okay.
So like we don't need to like confirm. We get it and it just everything goes smoothly and just
Our hearts will just know.
yeah, hearts just know. But apparently in this, you know who messes it up because Megan's on this
Fucking
thread.
Megan. God damn it. You're not even in this episode and you're fucking
I knew
us.
I could blame somebody for this that wasn't myself because
Yeah.
I don't like to take responsibility.
Absolutely not. Why would you take
and I'm-
responsibility for your own
and
actions?
So I'm glad we have something to blame.
On God.
And
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Thanks a lot, Megan.
So this all makes sense.
Yeah.
But you know, if you take that is a legit compliment. Like you get it and you're quick and you understand stuff right away. You don't need to explain like 900 times.
Something about to harp on that real quick is that also is a detriment to me.
Yes.
Because if I get it really quick, then I want to get to it, and
Yeah.
then I'm like, okay, and I get impatient.
Yes.
And that's a problem.
Yeah. Also, apparently you have a quick temper, which I didn't realize.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. If you drive with me, you will.
You understand quick. You get angry quick. You get down quick.
You know, you saying, brother? Oh yeah, I look like the guy in The Fly when he's getting his hand melted and his foot melted. And he's like, "Ooh!" That's me in like 4 seconds.
Damn it, that's the wrong hand. It was left.
Yeah,
hand.
it was his left hand. Yeah. Anyway, so
So I watched The Fly real quick, but I had seen it before, but I do enjoy it. And I noticed this time around, like how much like humanity he has, even as becoming The Fly. Especially in those two scenes where he's in the hallway and he's telling her, please leave because flies don't have like emotions. And they're brutal. And I care for you and please leave before I hurt you.
which I don't know. It's been a month since these people have met each other, and she fucked him like the first night she really like had time with him.
Yeah.
Well, from what it seemed like in the movie, right?
Why are you judging?
I'm not. Like, fuck someone the first night. I have no judgment there. Like, if you if you meet somebody and you like them, or shit, you don't have to like them to fuck them. But like, if you fuck someone on a first
You want
date,
to like some parts of them.
yeah, like in your mouth or on your mouth, like preferably, yeah, all around it. Like, you want to have a snail trail across your whole face, and just
You want to have his shirt with just us like stuff all of cream all over
Which
it?
is interesting because when he does that too to like break down the food, if it's on his clothes, why isn't it breaking down the clothes?
Well, I think it's like, yeah, I don't know.
Fleshy.
Yeah,
It has
acid would break down.
But then when he does it to the guy's
maybe
foot,
it's like synthetic fibers that doesn't break down like plastic. You know, you could put like.
but he
acid
does it
in
through the
plastic.
guy's sock and it melts through the sock.
I want to. Didn't he like
He did not.
expose flesh a
That
little
was
bit?
all sock, baby, and it was like a peach colored sock.
Yeah,
which I'm
because you
down
can
for.
see it, like stuff gets on his shirt when it
And it doesn't do
hits
anything.
The hand.
Yeah, his hand basically did the Indiana Jones in the what's the one when they open up the box? That's the
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know how their faces melted? That's what the guy's hand looked like. Just
Yes.
melting. Yeah, almost exactly like that. So I did like this movie. You like this movie. Gina Davis, we'll talk about her and her I hate to say it like this, but her stupidity in the movie.
That's the thing. Like when you think of everything I do, it makes me want to snap, and I'm terrible at it. I'll just stop. I'm sorry, but you think of reporters, you want them to be like quick and smart, and street smart and wise,
Like
and
a Lois Lane.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
She's
yeah.
very snappy and
And her like I get it. It's complicated science, but like every time he tells her something, he tells her one time, and she's like,
huh?
I don't get it. He's like, you have a person here, and they teleport through the air to the other one. Like, either she has never heard the word teleport in her entire life,
Yeah.
or it's a completely foreign concept.
Or she
doesn't
thought it was
understand
something else. Yeah, completely something different. So we'll get to her.
Have you not seen Willy Wonka? Come on.
Yeah. So teleportation. The way these pods work is you're only in one and you can only go to the other.
gonna
But
ask
you
you.
can't go the other way apparently unless because it only started in one and went in the other. There was never a time where he could be in the other one and go to the other one.
I mean, that's not established.
I understand it's not established,
Sequence
but-
that they go back and forth.
But he said it has to be pod 1 and pod 2 is what it is. And then remember when he shoots the cable for one and then it like disconnects cable 1 and so there's only the prototype one. But either way, that means they also have to be connected by cables. So they're like, hey man, this is revolutionary, which it is. If this was real.
I understand what you're saying.
But then if I want to go to Paris, there has to be a cable.
Or Mars or something.
Yeah, there has to be a cable that goes all the way there. As of right now, as of this moment, and this movie's made, there has to be a cable, which is stupid. They could have just eliminated all those cables and then it would have been easier to explain. But then how's the guy getting Gina Davis out of that pod at the end? You know what I'm saying? I would have shot the lock. But like, still. Or get that baboon to fucking use that baboon
Here,
string.
Mitzi. Here, Mitzi.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds like a chip.
Yeah, I don't. But still.
The baboon made sounds, and it sounded weird. It's like, wow.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah, it was like doing a whammy of a guitar. Wow, wow. Like
Also, baboon teeth, like pretty straight.
yeah,
Looks like
it went to a dentist
horse
first.
teeth.
Well, it's a stage baboon, so it had
it had caps on. Head veneers.
yeah, it had veneers on.
Full set of veneers.
It had the Hillary Duff. Let's see here.
But I thought they would have sharper, scary teeth.
Yeah,
Like, chimps with their big ol' incisors.
yeah. Let's see here. So, but back to the teleporting. So that's my.
I
assumption.
understand what you're saying. But are they plugged in to each other, or are they plugged into the computer?
That's a great question
That's the
too.
question.
I would say
think they're plugged into the computer.
correct. I would say so too because it identifies the splicing and everything like that too, so it was able to compute it.
So as long as there's two computers at both
Maybe,
places,
but it still has to be connected by that cable.
the pod to the computer, not the pods to each other.
I don't know. We don't know enough about this. What we need to do is we need to
That's what I'm
find
assuming.
Cronenberg
Because yes, that would
because
be an
he
issue.
co-wrote this movie.
Because like, I mean, you can run long cables. Like under the Atlantic, there's those long cables going underneath there, so it can be done.
But the Pacific is, from my understanding, deeper at certain points.
Yes.
So it's like we haven't even been to the bottom of that shit as far as we know. But
James Cameron has.
he saw kaiju's.
He saw the glowing.
Yeah. He went through the thing and he saw Godzilla and he saw Kong. So
It's even Ed Harris down there just.
him in the sphere. He's breathing underwater and shit, and he's stopping doors with his fucking
He
ring.
just
or
drinks
whatever.
that pink liquid.
Yeah.
Breathe on water now.
Yeah, he grows his hair back.
Yeah.
So this movie,
Yeah.
very 80s.
Yes.
Style.
But compared to my mistake of watching Nightmare on Elm Street, nowhere near as 80s. But yes.
Okay. Well, was Johnny Depp in Nightmare?
Yeah.
Okay. He gets killed?
Yes.
Yeah, good. So, well, not good. I don't mean it. Well, I mean, maybe I mean it. So
That's the most normal. That was the last time he ever dressed like a normal person.
And when he wore deodorant, I hear he doesn't wear deodorant. He also wears an earpiece, I hear. He doesn't learn his lines. People just feed him his lines.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like his hearing is bad from playing shitty guitar.
Oh, no. I mean, I feel like he's constantly looks greasy. Like,
Yeah.
Like and I don't see that's something. There's certain actors that I understand the attraction that women have towards them. I don't even understand why women are attracted to me. But like when I look at Johnny
world will
Depp,
never know.
yeah. When I look at Johnny Depp, I don't get it. When I hear Billy Joe Armstrong,
You don't think he's handsome?
no.
Johnny Depp at all?
No, in his earlier years, yeah.
In his
like
youths?
Baby Boy, absolutely, or Crybaby,
Crybaby?
absolutely, yeah. Like
It's Crybaby.
okay.
Baby.
What name of the movies that he was in when his 90s? Not Edward Scissorhands. I don't got that.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Okay.
21 Jump Street is a TV show.
Yeah, like he looked great. Even in the Pirates movies, those early 2000s.
Chocolat.
No, that movie's so chocolate boring. Like I just super shitty. So very 80s. Nightmare on Elm Street though, I've never seen that, but I can imagine it's just as 80s as like, you know, Police Academy.
Okay.
Like, is it still like unnecessary nudity?
What makes like the computer and the technology looks 80s to
Not
you?
only that, their clothes, of course. The technology, the music, typically a lot of synth and a lot of this shit.
Yeah.
Or like this, The Fly wasn't synthy, but like it was
I don't
overly
know.
dramatic.
Yeah.
It was overly dramatic for sure.
I like a booming score.
Okay.
Kind of whatever movie it is, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. So,
So
I didn't hate it.
Like Tenet, where you couldn't hear anything because the music was so loud and all that shit.
I don't want to hear anyone say anything.
Yeah, you want to see their mouths move. You know, I do.
That's why I watch movies with fans blowing in both sides of my head. So I can't.
And you have windows open.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you live right next to like a busy street on purpose. I didn't realize.
I
when
call in active shooters so the helicopters go by
Yeah.
constantly. Put it down.
I didn't notice that when I watched
You know
Tenet,
that?
they didn't mention the guy's name. He's just called the protagonist.
In Tenet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They never say his name, so he's just called the protagonist.
Correct.
Let's see here. So I know you didn't write notes because you had to watch the movie. So why the stocking and why not just her shoe? Because she takes off her stocking to give to him. Because he's asking for something just
True.
personal, right?
Well, because shoes are shoes,
Easy to take off.
but like stocking is like so intimate on her skin.
Truly, I thought she was going to either take
See how
out a tampon.
sexily she took those down?
She did. Either take out a tampon or her panties or something like that, like because that's personal.
Well, no, that wouldn't have worked initially because there's like organic material.
And the tampon?
Like the blood would have like
That's fine.
exploded
Then
inside
her
the body.
panties.
Panties would have worked.
Yeah. Because that camera went up high. I was like, oh, okay. Let's see here. So totally thought she was going to use her panties. That was my next one. So the teleportation is cool and all, but the pods have to be connected by cables. Okay. That was my thought.
Right.
And then
I'm assuming to the computer, but okay.
And then I put, is Gina dumb and Gina is shady? So she's clearly not dumb because she says that she went to science school or something like that. That's how she met. That's how she met the fucking skeezy ex-boyfriend piece of shit,
Yeah.
right? Like a poor man's David
I thought
Ritter.
it was journalism.
I don't know
Isn't
about
that
that.
what he said? Like
he
he helped her get her start in journalism? Isn't
yes,
that
but
what she
only because they
says?
met in science school or something like that. I'm almost certain because when
Welcome to class, everybody. Science 101.
yeah, welcome to science school where you learn about science.
We're gonna learn
and
about
stuff.
beakers and shit.
Yeah. Welcome to Peterson.
Tornadoes, I don't
Peterson's
know.
and Friends. We are a science school of space and stars.
Yeah.
And some kinds of matters. But
Plasma. What's the deal?
is it in your blood? Is it do you use it in guns? Let's see here. So But okay, so she's not dumb. She just, it seems that whenever Jeff Goldblum or anybody says something to her, she's like, I don't get it.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah.
What?
What?
Yeah, so she's like sort of perplexed, and she'll she'll like re-say the question somewhat, like, you want me to do what? And it's like, all right, lady, like he's not speaking in a language.
Even the
you don't know.
emotional part, she says it again.
Well, and let's talk about her emotions real quick. This lady fell
Yes.
head over heels for this guy,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Even though I'm wearing a watch on my left hand, she fell in love with this motherfucker after like 48 minutes.
Yeah.
Like he took her.
That was at least the second day, right?
Because
First night she leaves.
Yeah.
And she tells her boss, and
Because he's like, hey, you can't write about this. She's
Yeah.
like, that's my shady note. She's like, fuck you, all right, whatever I want. Which I feel like if you don't have him
But
quoted,
that's kind of like the journalistic chutzpah that I'm looking for. Like they're you know,
look, if I learned
they're
anything,
forward and they're aggressive. Like
if I learned anything from
watching
watching Murphy Brown,
Yeah.
I know you have to have sources, and if the sources want to be on record, then you shouldn't put it on. You shouldn't put it out there.
True.
So it's like if
But that's again, we don't know the actual like ethics of journalism. Like
you didn't
if
take
something
journalism in college.
That was right after my science 101. It was newspaper 101.
Yeah, it was having a secret
Yeah.
identity when you're working in journalism.
Fonts. What? Yeah.
Yeah,
Section 1 fonts.
You submitted
Times New Roman.
a bunch
Friend or
of
foe?
a bunch
Yeah.
of things to defont.com, just so that way you can. Fun fact. That's where we got the Man Beast text. The
green
font.
one?
Yeah, it's called a space card. I think no, that's called. I think I got that from Defont as well, and it was a free Defont. Yeah. Do you think we should make merch?
Fuck yeah, bro.
I don't know if we have enough followers to constitute something like that, but
But just for us though.
well, I have a sweater. You don't have one. You don't get one.
disrespect.
If you guys want sweaters,
You see the half-ass, effort that I give each episode.
very.
Don't
Some might
you think
even
I
say quarter-assed. Like it's not. It's
We've
not
done
what you
4
can be
movies
like,
that I've watched.
you
One of them.
watch what? No, you watched 2 now. You watched 2 of the 4. You fuck.
I was using my whole ass.
So I would say 48 hours max, and she was fucking him. Which again, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong
It
with the
sounds
fucking.
like you're judging.
But she was in love, is what it was.
That's the thing.
way she was longingly
Yes.
kissing him when he had that fucking microchip or whatever it is. Like he had a circuit board in his back.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, wow, that's where that went.
respect
And she's like, oh, I'm gonna, and like kissing his like she's I'm gonna take
What
care
was
of
the
you.
sound she made again? All right.
Yeah. The front door. Wait, front doors with a big piece
Why are
of
you
glass
moving
on
around?
them.
Off? We're not done talking about this
Okay,
yet.
yeah. What's up?
It's the sexual energy is fine. It's
It's intense.
in love that is way too intense.
Well-
and he kind of falls for her too.
yeah.
But it's just the timeline, at least at the beginning of the movie, isn't as established. So she's already helping him, or he's like, do a full book and watch me through my entire journey, and that way you can be like front line, seeing how this is happening.
Right.
So it doesn't necessarily mean it was like a couple days later. Maybe it was a couple weeks. We don't technically know that. Yes
Right.
or no?
Right. Yeah, we don't know. The
So
only
maybe
thing we know,
it took a couple weeks for her to become.
the only thing that we
completely in love
know
with
is
him.
when he says it's been 4 weeks and I've been trying to call you or whatever.
Yeah, but like, let's go to Europe. Like what?
Yeah. After
I
72
think it
hours.
says like Texas or Florida, but still, like she wants to go
somewhere.
on a
She
trip.
wants somewhere warm.
Yeah.
That's what she said. So, where are they currently? Looks like Chicago.
Yeah, it seems kind of
Minneapolis?
Midwestern-y.
Okay. So she falls head over heels. He reciprocates for sure. Buys her that heart necklace already after he becomes the Fly, basically. But
Yeah.
so they're banging, and she's also like recording him doing his science stuff, his experiments.
Doing science.
Yeah, by the
Hey,
steak.
honey, what are you doing over there? Just science. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you want a steak? How do you medium well? Medium?
Do you want one that was teleported? I'm just curious. So he finally is able to transfer a live being, which is the baboon. So there's a question that I wrote on here, which it's how many baboons has he murdered?
Yes.
And
The
then
first one goes through that we see.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's the first one he's tested.
correct. And I think
Although
it's,
I'm assuming he would have tried like a rat first or a mouse. not a
maybe
whole-
baboons were on like wholesale, like you got them at Costco. you get a bundle of 5 for like $500.
Bundle of baboons from Brundle.
A bundle of baboons for Brundle, and he throws
Brundle, I keep
he
calling
throws
him
him he throws him over his sack, and he has him in like a fucking sack.
Well, he has like the dog crates. That's
Those
where
are
they
pretty
were.
big crates. Those
Remember,
are-
there was a smaller crate, so it had to be a smaller animal,
yeah, probably some kind of.
some type of monkey,
I-
capuchin
well,
monkey or something.
I was gonna say like maybe a kimono dragon, but those are actually kind of big.
They
And
use rabbits in science experiments.
I don't see why not. Or they typically use like rats and mice.
Yeah.
But
Well, that cage looked a little too big for a mouse. Or
unless
a
they
rat.
just want to have space, like luxury
Just a
before it gets
capybara.
blown up.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah.
Give me.
It can talk.
So
though.
the first baboon goes through, and it comes out inside out.
Yeah, it's basically
it's not good.
Yeah, it's basically just looks like raw meat, and it was horrific.
Yeah.
And he was just like,
Oh
I'm
my
fucking
God.
mad.
I don't even want to bring it up. I don't. Forget I said anything.
Was it gonna be about the submersible?
No.
I don't know. Because it looked like that was
Well,
like
no,
meat
like remember
salsa.
like those old like PETA videos, like those. Are
Sarah
pretty-
McLachlan.
No, the worst like the.
Oh,
internet
PETA. I'm
ones.
sorry, PETA. I was thinking the. What does she do? She did Ace.
And it's
You know that joke you wrote for that episode, Mammy, is pretty spot on.
yeah.
Something happened so recently too, and I was like, "Oh, watch this." I don't remember what the fuck that was. Anyway, so
But anyway, so there was they like skinned an animal and it was like not dead and it was super sad.
PETA did it.
No.
Oh, I was like, well,
It was like footage of some like fucking farm or something
Yeah,
doing it to
yeah,
an animal, and
yeah.
they had the footage.
well, PETA, from my understanding, also is not the most like.
We don't have to get into it. I'm just
Okay.
saying that's what that shot reminds me of. Like, oh, that's sad and bummed me out. Thanks for making me watch this movie. Appreciate it.
Sweet. It's like watching like this movie.
Thanks, Ruby. No, they shouldn't direct us.
No, Ruby did not. Did you notice that fucking Maxine and X is
Yeah.
on Max now? I was like, well,
Sorry, Ruby.
thanks a lot, Ruby. You requested this too early. Let's see here.
I'm glad they're on there because Brandon will not, in a
watch
million
them.
years
No,
ever
I will
watch
not.
those.
I saw those like, oh hey, now I know what to avoid. And
I do want to see the rest of them though.
you know what I didn't know was that Mia Goth is married to Shia LaBeouf, because I would have loved to talk about
Really?
that. Yeah. That piece of shit.
Currently,
Correct. I think they got married in 2018.
didn't he have like
TK
some
FK
issues?
Twigs or something like that.
FKA Twigs?
Yeah, she's suing
Oh,
him.
she's the one who.
She was suing him.
Gotcha.
And obviously you've heard other stories about him being like shitty and stuff like that too. But what was what's her face's? She's like no assholes rule on set. He was cast in fuck, what's her name? She was with Harry Styles for a little bit.
Olivia, the director.
Coleman. Olivia
Wilde.
Rodrigo. Okay. But they were dating, and he was in a movie that she kicked him out.
He was dating Olivia Wilde.
Harry Styles.
Yes,
was.
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah. But she fired him from a movie, and then
Shia?
yeah, and I think that's where they got Harry Styles. But no asshole clause.
Oh, that Darlings.
Something like that. That weird psychological one, which I greatly
Florence,
like
right?
Florence. Yeah, I like Florence Pugh a lot. But but apparently, so he's like, yeah, they fired me because of this, and she's like, oh, we have this no asshole thing, and so he leaked her voicemail where she was like begging him to come back, like Shia, I made a mistake, like, and he, obviously he didn't, but like, okay, so this is kind of weird that you're Olivia, you're saying this, but then there's this fucking voicemail that's like, anyhow.
I mean, not to get into their business.
I have too many notes, Mike. Like, do you see this screen?
Yeah.
Like, everybody can see the screen.
Well, the
These are-
best part is you repeated stuff that I had already talked about. So great
Shut
job
the
there.
fuck up. Let's see here. Gina is shady. I'm just kidding. So front doors with big pieces of glass on them. Like her door to her apartment has like that 3/4 glass on the front, like in the middle of that door.
Did it?
That's just asking for me to burgle your house. Like just kick in that glass and just walk right in. I don't like doors that have that much glass. A little bit on that top.
Like,
Like
you want a solid core, legit door.
Like you got to use the ramming thingy to get through it. You're not kicking through that. Yeah. And let's see here.
you know what you need? That cool bar that goes across. That seems to stop everybody.
You know what I need is a gun. Gun will stop someone too, real good. Let's see, a bazooka of some sort. Men in the 80s are so skeezy. So that's in reference to her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
So that guy, what's his fucking
Ex-boyfriend
name?
slash boss.
Yeah.
Stannis? Stathis? It's his name is almost Stannis Baratheon from
Okay.
Game of Thrones, but
Okay.
it's like Stissis Borthor.
Well, what he is he's a piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit.
He's so fucking gross.
Yeah.
Like he not only camps out the first night she spends the night there.
Stathis Borans.
What are these names?
I don't know.
Cronenberg and friend.
First fucking problem.
Cronenberg and friend. What the fuck is going on here? Because like these names are the worst. I can't fathom what, like, you know what sounds good? Stan. What's it again? I'm sorry. Stathis. You know, it's like we want to name somebody.
You don't have enough T's in names.
Yeah, S's and T's together. And Stathis. Yeah, let's combine the word stat and molasses.
It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it's like when you eat molasses, like it really sticks to your mouth, and so you get Stathis.
These are like real like peanut buttery names.
Yeah,
that's what we're looking for.
That's what we do. We put the molasses and peanut butter together. We put it in a horse's mouth, and then we try to make it talk. And it made
dogs.
And then the first noise it made was, and it was like, hey, that sounds like Stathis. And let's fucking do it.
We grabbed a huckleberry. We stuck it in the fucking baboon's mouth. Yeah. Let's see what happened.
Yeah,
it died. It
fought for its life because we actually put it over its mouth and it suffocated. But long story short, we're not allowed to go to the zoo anymore.
Long story short, this movie was not certified.
Yeah, at the end of it, it said many animals died during the filming of this movie.
Scrolling like, you're horrible. Do not watch this film.
Rest in peace. And it's like it says
Rafiki.
Bubbles, yeah, Rafiki.
Bubbles.
Oh dear. Bubbles was not a baboon.
It was a chimp.
It was a chimp.
Right.
Yeah,
I get it.
but still, Rafiki. Okay. Let's see here.
Hurry up with those fucking notes, bro.
Yeah, Goldblum typing on that machine must give him carpal tunnel.
Oh, it's like this.
Yeah, he's upright like that, typing on a mechanical keyboard, mind you. So I love that tickly clack. Let's see here. It was if I was Gina and I saw that horrific monster when I opened that pod, I would have dipped like a motherfucker. Like if I was like, okay,
the first baboon.
Yeah, it's like we're recording and it comes out like, hey, this isn't working out. Like you just blown up a fucking baboon. And
He warned her first, though.
Yeah, but
he's like, you
still.
can't do organic material yet.
Yeah, but he's like, you know what we'll do though? First thing we wake up tomorrow morning, I'm gonna put a baboon in here.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see if it works now. Maybe I didn't make any changes. Maybe now the computer's like,
Hey.
I could do it.
Or we could bang again.
Yeah.
We could do that.
I mean, what do you think? You want to fuck? Because I'm pretty fit.
I have this nice couch here, and I could just put my bare ass on it. We could do that.
Yeah. Or I could just get my other sofa in my room and fold that out into the bed that I have.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Mattress in his bedroom. Just
It's a mattress. All right. It's just a
sofa bed.
I think it's got to be so painful to sleep on too. Those things are not. They're not.
That's
springy.
fucking, yeah.
Yeah, and you got even if you put a topper on that, like it's still gonna suck. And then if you put a
at
topper, you
least
can't
like
flip it
a
up.
Murphy bed coming down. Like that would look cool.
I would even say an actual that's considered a futon, right?
No, futons are
That's
like
just a pull out.
flat.
That's just a pull out couch.
That's just pull up.
I'd rather have a futon. I'd rather have a futon than that. Because at least the futon I can keep flipping over if it starts to get a crease in it or something like that.
Or stains.
Well, you know. So she just makes out with him unprovoked. So like he's laying on the couch, on his bed couch, right, wearing his suit, looking like Pee Wee Herman, and she's like, she's technically like mocking him, right? Like, do you ever like change your clothes? And he's like, yeah, I just wear the same thing. She's like, what? She opens up his closet. It looks like Pee Wee Herman clothes, like gray suits everywhere, and then she's just ready to fuck.
Tweed jackets.
Yeah, it's got to be hot, like
Yeah.
very hot. But then where did the chemistry come from in there? For her to be like, she gets down on the bed with him and
Cheeseburger.
yeah, that's probably that's really what made her wet. And she's probably sopping wet after eating that burger. Let's see here. She's kissing on him and caring for him as if they've been together for at least 8 years.
Yeah.
Okay. He says, yeah, here, eat this, and has her be the guinea pig. Like, and
steak?
and she's like, oh, it's synthetic. Like, imagine if it, like, she now has
Poison?
cancer. Yeah. Like, because it's a plastic she just ate. Like, all those microplastics that we have in our body after drinking all those Costco waters and stuff like that, it's been proven that it's in our testes and shit like that, Mike.
Anyone who drinks out of any synthetic material is an idiot.
Suck up those microplastics.
I like how you just waited for me to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Sometimes you got to take your time to do the whole thing. Let's see. Jealous ex-lover. So when she's in that store and the guy's like, I don't know, was he trying to be hidden? Because like she sees him, he's like, ugh, like looking at her.
Yeah.
But he's angry,
Super
right?
desperate.
Super desperate, sad, toxic, mocking of her. Bearded. That's a nice beard, though.
Perfectly bearded.
If I can have a beard like that, I would. I can't grow it like that, though. It just
Isn't more of like
you got to be down with the thickness.
ruffier now?
Well, yeah, a little bit, but I would still keep mine
That's
tight.
like too perfect.
I think I still make mine neat. I wouldn't like a loose one. Have you seen Vlad? Vlad's is very loose. Like it comes down like long, like almost like a System of a Down, almost a ZZ Top, and
That long?
It's getting pretty long. Like,
I mean,
no, he keeps track.
He can grow it. I can't
yeah.
grow a beer like that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. He keeps it well, but it's still like it's a little long down there.
Well, once it gets like a certain length, like no matter what you do, it's not going to look lush like hair.
Like a mullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that guy's sweet mullet earlier today.
Fuck. Let's see here.
Did he have a stash too?
Which mullet are we talking about? The first one in the restaurant or the one? That was
the one outside.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a thick mustache too. Let's see here. So he takes the jacket, which Goldblum does. She does eventually give him, and he does wear. But he says
I like
it's
a little subtle. Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
I don't know if this is another store employee, but he's like, "Would you wear this?" And the guy, he's like, like he gives him a little face, like,
With the nostrils?
yeah, and like a little, and so they make a scene, or he makes a scene inside this clothing store, and then everybody acts like,
Yeah, totally,
nothing-
totally normal.
Yeah, this guy's fucking shitty as shit, and
It must be in a big city where like crazy people come in and out every once in a while.
yeah.
So they're like, oh, all right. Anyway, it's cash or credit.
Yeah, or check. They're probably still writing checks back then too. Yeah, and she's gonna balance her check while she's there. Like, okay, let me do this.
So like checks, you could just like
carry the one.
have free stuff for like a week until they catch it. The
A couple of days at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why there'd be like.
If Catch Me If You Can taught me anything, you can get away with anything.
Well, that whole thing was bullshit, wasn't it?
What?
That writer was
Yeah.
he's full of shit. Let's see here.
Frank Abagnale.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
The shop owner Garrett, he ignored everything. If I was the one selling Jeff Goldblum all these monkeys, I'd be very concerned. So
You're back again?
yeah.
How many baboons?
Yeah.
Oh,
you want to
brother.
get 10 now? Man, good thing that zoo burned down. I have these at a cheap price. So what did he do?
That baboon sanctuary you keep saying you're sending them to must be getting pretty full. Yeah. It's baboon sanctuary. Yeah.
What about the baboons? So what did he do to adjust the machine? I thought he was just a Jurassic Park Hammond kind of guy. So like my thought was this. So he said at the beginning when he first brought her to the teleporters, the pods, was that he brought these other scientists and the people together and basically had them make stuff.
Right.
And then he just kind of put this together. So I said this to you before we started recording. I said so he's just like a producer. He's just a John Hammond to all this because John Hammond in Jurassic Park took the work that other people did and just
Try to monetize.
yeah. And so what this guy's doing, I wouldn't say he's monetizing it per se, but like he got other people to do this hard work, and then he's just gonna like, hey. Now, granted, the company he mentioned is gonna take over. They're gonna own it all and stuff like that. But it's gonna be essentially his creation.
If I may,
Okay.
I try to explain a little bit.
Sure.
This is how I see it.
Okay.
So he is doing it in secrecy because he doesn't want people to know what he's doing yet.
Right. It's been
So if
6 years that he's been doing it.
Right. He's been working on it. So it's not that line in particular. I think that's just him being kind of humble about
Right,
it.
right.
Like, oh, everyone does little things and I put them all together. I'm just the conductor, whatever he says. Have you ever seen the movie Blast from the Past?
With
Brendan
Ken
Fraser.
Yeah.
And Chris Walken makes the bomb shelter.
Is that Alicia Silverstone?
Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah, I've seen that movie.
So remember, he says, nobody exactly knew what I was building because I had different contractors come and build just little sections of it. So they didn't know the full pieces together. There's another movie that makes the same argument. But that's how you do it, like, covertly. You have, they built this little bit, this genetic coding machine that analyzes materials, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So he just needs that as part of his machine. And there's another one that, fucking demolishes, whatever, lasers and shit like that. So it's just a way for him to have it built,
Yeah.
like in
sea?
secret.
Yeah. I said under the sea. Well,
So I don't think he really means, because he's actually a genius. The Beardo says himself,
Yeah.
like, he was like this
He was that
close,
close,
to
yeah. The
to a Nobel
Nobel
Prize when he
Prize.
was 20 years old. So he is a genius. And I think he was just being modest telling her that, and that's why he did it like that, to keep it secret from everybody.
it's not often that you see a character that's like seen as a genius, right? To be charismatic as he is, but he's also very like weird, buggy-eyed, like a fly.
Wait a second.
Hold on.
Cronenberg is onto something.
Yeah, that motherfucker. Let's see here. Blah 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 blah. So, why would combining with a fly give him these kind of powers? Because from my understanding, ants are pretty strong,
Right.
They can lift like 100 times their, whatever. That's why you get a couple of those motherfuckers together.
I think we're all just humans are weak, is the thing.
Okay.
So even if ants aren't like a bajillion times, like they're just strong for their size.
Okay.
Ants are strong for their size.
Yeah.
Those dung beetles are strong for their size. Like all insects are strong for their size. Compared to humans, we're just little. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like,
So like the walking and crawling on stuff, flies do that.
yeah.
And they're probably maybe they are, maybe they're not. That might just be a power that they gave him in the movie, anyways. But,
He was still pretty fit.
yeah.
Like,
And then when he finally becomes his main form, he looked more fly-like.
yeah,
They never gave him wings though.
they didn't. His eyes were a little buggy. He's walking all funky too. He's walking like a T-Rex or something like that. It was very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
He's almost, which I don't know the gestation levels of flies because they go from
Like 4 hours or something like that, I imagine.
no, but I mean like the steps
Okay.
because they don't cocoon like butterflies, right?
I think they just
Or
God
metamorphize.
delivers them.
Okay. I know they're like little gross larvae and
Okay.
gross guys, and then they become flies. But I don't think they go into little chrysalids and become.
No, yeah, they're not like like a caterpillar. Come out like a.
Because it almost feels like that's kind of what he does. Like he gets all grosser and redder,
Yeah,
and then finally at the end when he grabs her, and she tears his jaw off, and he becomes.
I don't think she tore it up, but it happened. Like she was trying to push him away. I thought, and he just.
Whatever.
Okay, I'm just saying.
More of a push than a tear. What the fuck ever, bro? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
She's just trying to push him back, and it just ripped off his fucking. Which is
I'm
interesting.
just saying, like that started his last transformation that we see.
Yeah.
Into like the.
The claw hand, the hairs everywhere, the bug eyes. So how would he also know how to do those gymnastics when he was like swinging and doing all this shit? Unless he knew how to do it prior,
Yeah.
because eventually he would have had the daughter that was in Jurassic Park 2, and she knew how to do gymnastics.
You were kicked off the dude?
Yeah, thought it would be funny if everything he bought was fly related. Like after he transformed.
Yeah.
So when he gets, I think I said to see when he gets Gina Davis that heart pendant, like it was actually shaped like a fly. Like he.
No, it's like a ring with like rubies on it.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it's so pretty, but it's just like the little eyes.
Yeah, yeah, the dots of all the eyes.
Yeah.
She was going to rub alcohol on him. So when he picks up that woman in the bar after he shatters a dude's wrist as he's doing arm wrestling, he takes her
Compound
home.
fracture.
Takes her home to fuck, right? And so she's waiting for him outside the pod, wearing underwear and her jacket, no top, right? He comes out of there,
Legs akimbo.
yeah, spread. He comes out of that pod, profusely sweaty and wet.
Yeah.
And he
Kind of milky too at this point, right?
And he commences to just start fucking that woman.
Yeah.
Like she just lays there and he's like kissing on her and shit like that. His face not only looked like shit, like the spots on it and stuff like that, but his face was just so wet and sweaty. And she's just like, yep.
He must have smelled terrible at that
Oh
point.
yeah. And maybe she's like that. Maybe she's into that. Like I love a man's
But
natural
like,
must.
do flies smell, or are they just around stinky things so we think they smell?
Well, I don't know.
Like around like poop and stuff and garbage,
I don't know if a fly even has a
maggots
smell.
with like deteriorate, like
Yeah.
decomposing
Yeah.
stuff.
It's just so small. Yes, they do have hair, but I don't know if a
Right?
fly
That's the
does have a
question.
smell. Yeah. If we were smart enough, not smart enough, but like if we cared more about this and we did research, it'd be a lot different.
What's the big spider called from Lord of the Rings? Shalob or something like that?
No, it's Tony. I don't know. I haven't seen Lord of the Rings, the second one,
just gonna make a-
since
what does
because that's
it
the second
smell
one,
like?
right? That was Two Towers, wasn't it? Right? Or we talking about in Hobbit?
I think that's 3.
It was in Return of the King.
Yes, I think so. I'm not sure. No.
It might be.
I remember
I
watching
haven't-
it at like a midnight show, and I think I saw 3.
Yeah, you would. You know, we actually saw a few movies at midnight together.
Yeah, we did.
What?
Rocky Horror Picture.
Yeah, we did. No, we did not. I would not jump to the left. I think we saw Spider-Man 3 together, and that movie sucked.
That would have ruined my night.
Well, it was like it ruined your day because it was the next day by the time the movie was over, and that movie fucking sucked. Like it sucks so bad.
Not good.
Oh my god.
I liked Jamie Foxx is in that one, right?
No, you're thinking of the Amazing Spider-Man.
Damn it. Okay.
Yeah. And that was also number 2 with Andrew Garfield. Yeah.
There's not 3 of those.
So there's 3 Tobys, there's 2 Garfields, and then there's 3 Toms. Yeah. So only Andrew Garfield. Which Andrew Garfield truly wasn't a bad Spider-Man. It's just that there's something interesting about when I watch him as Spider-Man. Is like he doesn't have like this.
The charisma.
Yeah, there's just not. Toby had it. Like he was kind of goofy, and like he already looked like he was 35 as a high school student. Like he looked old.
He looked like a young old guy, but
Yeah.
still old.
He was what, probably 26 in this movie when he did that, 27 maybe.
And he sounds young.
Yeah, and he does have that young face. And then yet we put him next to Kirsten Dunst.
Did he really do the balance thing?
did.
Like
It
60
like,
times?
No, it was like 30, 40 times. Yeah,
That's pretty
it was,
cool.
it was a practical thing. Yeah, yeah.
Because the scene is not just that. It's like there's like a shot. He grabs her
Slips.
and then he does
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
Very, very impressive.
I would have done it first try. I said, "How did you want this done?"
No, we do.
Yeah, how would you?
What's the layering you want it? Because I
Yeah.
can change it.
Raimi, what did you want it? What did you want it as? Do you want me to spin the thing first and I do it? I'll do it. I'll raw dog that and catch it on my hand, and then I'll eat the sandwich. Because I don't remember. It was like a milk, it was a juice, it was a plate, and something else.
Apple?
Maybe. Either way, let's see here. But that prostitute woman, where the fuck she was, barfly. She rubbed alcohol on his back, like when he was laying there on the bed or sitting there on the bed, like up, and she was sitting there out there just fucked, and like she's like, hey, you know what, help you if I rub alcohol on your back, and he goes,
Did she say alcohol?
I'm pretty sure, and he's like, don't do that, that stings.
Yeah, his flesh is all
Raw.
Raw.
But like then he's like, okay, we're gonna put you in the pod. She's like,
Well,
I
no,
don't-
because she would have had to like notice the wound on
Right.
his back.
Maybe he was
I don't
rubbing
think-
alcohol?
I think she's like rubbing his shoulders.
She had alcohol and he smacked that out of her hand. It was either rubbing alcohol or like vodka.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay.
I had those fans blowing in my ears. It was hard.
Right. When he was trying to razor his face using like the thing, he shattered that fucking thing in the
Norelco.
bathtub. Yeah, yeah, the Quattro. Yeah, he fucking fucked that shit up. So Goldblum was blasting inside Gina raw dog, is what I'm going on here, right? So
Because she's pregs.
yeah, so she gets pregnant, but
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's the earliest you can recognize a pregnancy?
after a month, essentially, right?
Okay.
I'm not a woman, as I don't know if you guys.
I'm gonna look that up so we don't look that dumb.
Well,
more than normal.
It's not about. Okay, well, let me go step back on what I just said too.
How early can you recognize a pregnancy?
Because you better recognize. It's not that only women would know a question like that. So
All
it
right, you're
sounded
still
very
fucking
sexist
talking
is
and
what I
trying to
said.
think. I can't help me with that. Okay.
But I'm just saying.
It said read a book, you fucking dumb shit. Okay.
Yeah, it said go to health class in fucking middle school. Are you typing the?
Because there are like early pregnancy tests, right?
Of course. My thought is a month. That is my thought. But so he's blasted inside her raw dog, right? So she likely could have got pregnant easily before he became a fly, and it was just pumping fucking fly jizz in her like 8 times a day.
You know, it takes a big man to admit he's wrong.
Yeah.
Some pregnancy tests can detect pregnancy as early as, say it with me, ladies, 8 to 10 days after conception.
Wow.
But for the most accurate results, you should wait until the day of your missed period or later. Well, that's why because they're like, oh, I missed my
month.
period, so
Yeah.
let me check.
Yeah. 8 to 10 days. You would have to be very like concerned or very like eager to want a child. It's one or the other. It's like, oh fuck, that condom broke, and you're checking like every
I mean,
day.
if someone does like IVF, like they want to know right away,
Sure.
right?
Sure. Well, that's a lot of pregnancy tests you're taking. Hopefully you don't drink a lot of water because I hear that dilutes it. So,
The jizz?
yeah, the jism. No, if you're fucking on top, you can't get pregnant. It's science. The cum just comes out. It comes down. So, but if you're on top or you're behind, then you're just pushing that shit in deeper. Yeah, it's science, dude. I don't know how that works. Let's see here.
That's chapter 3 in Science 101.
Yeah,
Dinosaurs, fucking rocks and shit.
yeah. Jism. This is Climaxology 101.
Have you, TJ?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, ladies.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Mr. Rutherford, and we're going to teach you firsthand experience with my cock. Let's see here. Is there a Fly 2 Reborn? And you obviously told me after when there is a Fly 2, so and then I wrote, is it called the Fly 2 Reborn? Or,
But I believe the tagline is like father, like son.
Okay. Who was in it?
Eric Stoltz and I forgot.
Okay. Let's see here. Did he ejaculate from his mouth? But it was just the acidity, that stuff. Why is the ex so gross when he said, "Can I clean your body or have your body?" Like assuming after she dies. Like remember when they're sitting in the thing?
Oh, can I claim your body?
Claim your body. Yeah, I said clean. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
was like,
I almost
what?
want to say I misheard it because he says hers or his.
It was hers.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it is.
He's just gross.
There's no.
You know, he should lose a hand and a foot on opposite sides of the body.
You know what it is? I think so too. Yeah. You know what I think? He should wear a tweed sweater, or whatever that is, polyester
It
sweater.
says he's in the second one.
Yeah.
So I want to see how he comes
Hopefully he gets blown up too. Let's see here.
he melts his other hit. Oh!
Not my nub. No, now I have 2 nubs. Let's see. Yeah. Oh God. Why? Okay. Why? There's no fucking way to know that it's a fly baby or not. Which I'm sure you could do a fucking ultrasound and just find out. Is this a regular kid?
That's a lot of questions you have to answer when they check it out.
I'll call Gina. That's a fucked up dream.
Well, the pregnancy dream.
That's a fucked up dream, and it reminds me of hentai. Do you know what hentai is?
I think I do.
Well, I know you know what hentai is.
Oh, it's a difference?
So there's hentai.
Is that specifically about like bugs and gross shit coming out of the...
Not exactly. So there's a website called hentai. So HENTAIED.com. Today's sponsor. And no, but they do real life hentai.
Oh,
So it's tentacles.
Yes, I got you. Yeah.
You got ladies pushing out aliens
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So it kind of reminded me of that.
Well, all those toys that are all tentacled already.
Well, yeah. Like ribbed for, like they're like super thick at the base, and then like the tentacle ones, like it's like that's very wide. Let's see here. How did he get to the roof so fast and hear what they were saying?
Walks up the walls.
Okay.
Out the
How
window.
does he hear fucking 80 feet down? It's not. She's like,
All right, you can
fuck
ask.
you.
You can ask if flies have great hearing, but
I
they're
don't
also
think-
like in a dead industrial area. It's probably not hard to hear.
No, I don't
and
like
the sound echoes upside
Shut
the
it
walls.
down. How is his house just open? I always lock my door. So like the ex-boyfriend goes in there with a shotgun, mind you, but they just open doors. So like, did Gina just give?
He's
people
already a
spare
fly
keys?
at that point. Locked doors are not his number one concern. It's
Well, he probably
his,
couldn't either because he had like the claws. He
his
had the
fucking
penguin
body
hands.
parts falling off are a bigger
That's fair.
concern.
That's fair. But either way, what are we in Canada? Just leaving your doors open all the time? Fucking get it together, Canada. Lock your fucking doors. I would have really had my shotgun put together prior to going into that house. Because he goes in there and then opens up his thing and puts it together. And only had 2 shells.
Well, maybe he's like a law-abiding citizen. Knows he has to carry his gun disassembled
But to an abandoned industrial area, like you just mentioned, unnecessary. But again, only 2 shells. It's like he's like, all I really need is 1, but I'm gonna bring 2 just in
Maybe
case.
it's to establish that there are 2 shells in it.
Later
So
in the
he shoots the cable with one, and then she can shoot him in the head at the end.
No, of course that is plot wise, yes. But I mean, if anything,
it's a pretty gun. Looks cool.
if anything, I would bring a gun that has multiple bullets in it, like not 2, like up to at least 8.
Like a handgun.
A handgun, but that might not have a stop power, like a 9mm, like maybe a 45, but like you can bring a 1911. Or a Desert Eagle, but that's like just it's so Desert Eagles are so fucking stupid.
Relax, John Wick.
Well,
Jesus
all I'm
Christ.
saying is when I trick a gun, I pull it back like that and I put it back. Yeah. Let's see here. The crawling on the walls. Yeah, holding it up.
You like this?
Do that.
For some reason, they always start with their hands this close.
Yeah. Well, that way you keep it close, so that way you have time to react too. No, I don't know what that is. Yeah.
Everyone's an expert all of a sudden.
So when he was crawling on the walls, they had to have made that into a set, correct?
Yeah.
Like rotated around, because what the fuck?
No, you know what it was? Sticky gloves. Very impressive.
Yeah. Did he build that 3rd pod, not realizing that pod was always there, but it was just like the prototype.
He says in the beginning, he's like, "Oh, that was the prototype."
Right. But I didn't catch that. I didn't notice that at the beginning. Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see here. His
It's like
laugh.
me, you just never pay attention to me either.
Yeah. Well, his laugh when he was later in the movie, he's like, he sounded like Brainy from Hey Arnold, which is the guy that was like,
Never watched Hey Arnold ever. I don't think I've seen a single episode of Hey
oh,
Arnold.
what a football head. This fucking guy's football head. Let's see here. His last name would have been fucking gnarly if he came out as a RoboFly, like a RoboCop.
I mean, kind of is, yeah.
Or a Transformer.
Oh, that actually functioned?
Yeah. So he had like armor around his whole body. He's like, try to use that shotgun now, bitch. And then he just like flies away with metal wings. Let's see here.
No, he's like part of like a drill bit, just into the ground.
Into a Porsche. And just drives away. No, you. Okay.
It's like bug eyes split, they become headlights.
Yeah, exactly. So he points the gun at his head, the shotgun at his head, and Gina Davis is like, I can't.
That's his humanity.
I get it.
That's what
I get
to
it. He wants to put out of his misery and stuff like that. But she's like, no,
I'm an abomination.
No, I can't do it. And she takes a few steps away. She's like, and just shoots him right in
she
the
needs a
fucking
second,
head.
yeah.
Well, either way.
Again, she can't listen to the first time anything. She has to hear it again. And Because he says something, right? Or he makes some
I don't
sound.
think so. Well, he's like, he's not like just a fucking fly. Let's see here. She says, no, I can't. Immediately shoots him in the face. No recoil on that shotgun.
She explodes his head.
Yeah, no recoil on that shotgun. She's like, okay, I'm gonna demonstrate how Gina Davis shoots this shotgun, right?
That's it.
I'm gonna use your lightsaber. Okay, so the lightsaber that I bought you, mind you. So let's do it. Does it have power still?
Probably not.
It doesn't. Wow. You can plug it in. So here's what it is. She aims the gun.
I got it.
So she's like
she aims the gun.
She's like,
tears
okay,
in her eyes.
I'm gonna shoot you in the
No,
fucking
I can't
face.
do it.
And then she fires. It goes. A shotgun like that, mind you, it'd be like, it's gonna pull you back. She's like, boom.
Head exploding power usually includes some type of recoil.
Right. Any fucking gun has recoil because you're literally an explosion.
Mm-hmm.
The thing hits the.
Well, you know how fucking
the
guns
shell.
work, bro.
The shell causes a little spark.
The pin.
Okay, thank you. The gunpowder ignites, launches projectile bullet. Pressure.
Lesson 4 in science.
Pressure in chamber. I don't know. Pressure in chamber fires the fuck out. So what the fuck? There's no recoil. And then my very last note is, it just ends. Like,
Yeah. I feel there's like a lot of horror movies that end that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although the other thing we're thinking, like the Thing doesn't end that way. Like he has him and
Open ended, sort of. In that end.
yeah, but like him and Keith have their moment sitting in the cold.
Who do you think's the Thing?
Probably Keith.
Which one's Keith?
Keith Davis.
Okay, yeah, I do too. Only because here's the reason why. I've researched a lot of this, my dear.
We should have did the Thing.
Yeah, I greatly like the Thing. Even the one,
You can
even
just do it just in general. It doesn't have to
yeah,
be
yeah,
Halloween.
it doesn't be the horror. The Specrapular Spooktacular. Even the one with the prequel was perfectly fine. Like I watched it, was great. But it was what's her name? Winstead, Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah.
She's fucking great, and she's married to Obi-Wan. So
Really?
She's 100% married to him.
What's that age difference?
It's like 20 years. Yeah, I looked that up. 'Cause
She's got an old
she's like our
service.
age. she's our age.
Is she really? 40?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're not 40, but you're
I'm
you're
saying
right.
40,
Yeah.
late
Like
30s?
we could have all went to high school together.
No
Because
shit.
there's only a 1 year gap between you and I. I think she's 3 year gap.
Younger than?
Then she's 3 years older than me.
Older?
Yeah.
So she's older than me.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Look it up. Fuck.
I believe you.
All right, then.
I
Shut
don't.
The fuck
I'm gonna
up.
check it after. I just don't want to do it again.
You don't embarrass me. Anyway, so
But I'm just saying, like, if she was like 30, I don't really care.
okay.
You know, legal is legal, bro.
Oh.
No. But if she's like if she's in her 30s and he's in his 50s, like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like a steady 20 year gap. Which I mean, you know,
Because he's early 50s, right?
I think he's older than that. Okay, let me just. I'm gonna type in Obi-Wan Kenobi.
He has a name, but
Yeah, he does. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I'll do
Ewan
that.
McGregor.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead age.
Oh, he's 53.
39. Oh, she's my age.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
you know, almost 20 years.
He's 50 what?
53.
15 years. 14 years.
That's almost 20. Closer to 10.
If you round it up, it wouldn't be.
if it was 15 years, you round up to 20. Isn't that the math? If it was 4 and below, you stay.
Right.
But if it was 5, you go higher.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'm not that dumb. Well, I'm not good at math well. But anyway, so I enjoyed this movie. It was fucking gross at certain times.
Right.
But
Not as gross as I remember. Because the grossest parts are always the melting of the skin, which is just looked cool.
which it wasn't really that much of it.
Because even his like final breakout of like all the flesh melting off.
You don't see that much.
Yeah.
It's not like you.
And he looks cool as it's a robot, right?
I would assume. Yeah, that was
animatronic?
way too skinny and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah, moving too slow. Although I do like when the pot he's like, and he's about to get out of it, and when it's like, he's like,
Oh, you got me good.
fuck, and then it takes.
Also, wouldn't like that radiation coming out of there like
eviscerate.
annihilate both of them?
Yeah,
while they're
They
outside.
have cancer now. Yeah, they have cancer. Yeah. But it reminded me because when it made that little like circular cut, I was like, oh, did he just fucking Terminator 2 teleport? He's gonna come up from naked like in a crouching pose.
He needs his boots.
Yeah,
his one boot.
your clothes, your boots, and your.
Your one glove.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. the fuck, man?
The worst part of that is landing on the grill because those things are hot.
Actually, you got to think about it, because that guy stabs him with what, a sigh or something like that. He goes like right into his chest, and he's like breaks his hand, and then just in the back of his fucking shoulder blade. Oh my god! But he's the Terminator. He's got to terminate. Anyway, Mike.
I enjoy this movie.
Yeah.
I love the moments of his like humanity. I love Jeff Goldblum's performance. It's so weird. Gina is emotional, and you feel bad for her. I just wish she would listen.
She was just so in love with him, and I get it.
Yeah.
Like meeting somebody for the first time, and maybe not having that immediate feeling like she did, but like I know that you can have love at first sight and stuff like that. Like you can. It's just what it is.
It's her when she walks out. Like that's her saying bye to Seth. Like he's
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. She's waving like that, not like this or anything.
I'm having an abortion. Bye.
Yeah. I was gonna say she's waving up and clapping in a way, but she's not using her hands.
Yeah.
And oh dear. Anyway, so Mike, what's the next movie we're gonna do?
We are gonna do for the final installment of the Spectacular Spooktacular.
Okay, it's Specrapular. You said spectacular.
No, I didn't.
You 100%.
Spectacular.
Motherfuckers.
Check the motherfucking tape, y'all.
Rewind that 10 seconds and play that
I'm
again.
normally wrong when these things happen, so
You
whatever.
100% are.
Specrapular Spooktacular.
Thank you.
For the final installment.
Yes.
For the year of our Lord, 2024.
Yeah. What?
We're going to do from 19 something. The Exorcist.
Uh-huh. Did you know how many pornos have been made off of this movie?
No.
Many.
Okay.
Not that I've looked them up or anything like that, but
Not that I watched a bunch of the scenes.
Yeah. Did you know there's just so many
Ooh.
porn parodies? There's one of Tron called Prawn. And yeah, it's because it's Tron, but they're trying to make porn out of it. There's Scooby Doo's.
Oh, I see.
There's
Everyone dressed
Yeah,
in
there's
suit, yeah.
there's so much. The Addams Family, like just so much pornography.
I'll have to
And
get a
some of
copy of
them,
that.
some of them are very creative. Not that I've watched,
No.
but I hear they're very creative.
Wouldn't Tron, shouldn't it sound more like prone? Prawn?
Maybe, but it is.
Is that what
spelled-
they're trying to say? Prawn? Like
Maybe prone. I don't know. I you know what I'll do? I'll email Brazzers and I'll ask that, or whoever made it. Maybe it was like
Excuse me, to whom it may concern.
yeah.
Doug Brazzer, I'm assuming. What's the
It's
deal?
Douglas, mind you. Anyway, so we're watching The
I run a
Exorcist.
respectable business here. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Excuse me, open your app. Yeah, we need to see the asshole. Thank
Yeah, let's make some fucky everybody. And yeah, gape it. Yeah, a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lube.
Yeah. From like 4 feet away. Like it's a spray. It goes right into her asshole.
I like to think it's like a hamster, like water thing, and it's just with like
Yeah, it
The
has the
pointed-
ball. It has the ball on it, and they just push it. Yeah, no, they push the asshole up against it.
the guy just rubs the tip of his dick,
No,
pushes the ball.
he's just smacking it. Just squirting out the lube. Anyway, so if you guys have any recommendations, because the Spectacular Spooktacular is nearly done, so you can't make any recommendations for that. But if you want to make any recommendations for the regular part of the season, which it technically is going to be a shortened season, since we've already done 4 episodes, so that means we only have 8 more. So that's really only 4 months. So instead of our normal like 6, give or take. Anyhow.
So we can watch Lord of the Rings, 2 Towers, Return of the King, Hobbit, Hobbit 2. Is there 3 Hobbits?
There was 3 Hobbits.
Oh my God! Way too many Hobbits.
And I think the Hobbits were longer.
Yeah.
And they were shot in 60 FPS, I think.
No, they're like 120.
Oh, was it? Because it's
Yeah.
jarring.
It
Like,
looked-
when I first saw it, I was like, oh my God, why George?
I mean, I wanted to see it because I wanted to see the experience.
I said George. Is that right? Well, hold on. It's not George. It was Jackson. Peter Jackson.
Yeah, Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I forgot to.
Yeah.
Like earlier, and I still forgot what we were talking about. But
was Obi-Wan
it was in 3D. 3D. It was in 3D and in
Are you fucking from New Zealand?
high frame rate.
It's in 3D.
I was like, oh, crikey.
That's Australian. Oh, dear. Anyway, so you can make recommendations for us by emailing us at specrapular@gmail.com. And then alternatively, you can also...
YouTube.
Yeah, follow us on YouTube. This is on whether you're watching this on Spotify or YouTube, just check it out. And Mike, why don't you go ahead and take us away?
Movie song with Fly. This is Specrapular. We're gonna watch Fly today. Fly, fly.